What's going on, Eternal Sith fam? It's your boy Death Eternal here. So today I have some awesome news that I want to get into, but before I do get into it, remember, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Also, go check out my last video that did really well, and I know a lot of you guys liked it, as I talked about the future of The Mandalorian Season 3, which we got some pretty good news on. And also, go check it out because we do talk about a big trailer coming pretty soon. So, go check that out, guys, and without further ado, let's start the show. We got to see in the final episode. I want to focus really hard on the season finale of that because that was really important. I want to talk about the last scene where we get to see Nala say, right? We already know the Empire took her. We already know what plans they're kind of going to be talking about and what they're going to be doing with her and using her for, right? And as we did see, when they did take her, she didn't really have much to say, obviously, because she was taken. See that on this trip, she was taken to a planet called Wayland, and specifically, Mt Tantiss itself. It's an important local from old Star Wars expanded universe. It's things that we've heard of in the past. So this planet holds much history, again, in the expanded universe. But it seems like it's going to play a big part. And we know Filoni, he loves his legends, his expanded. We know he loves all of that. So we know where he's kind of going with this, but we'll get into it more. So we do see an Imperial scientist, who was clad in the same kind of basically medical research uniform as the Mandalorian's Dr. Pershing, suggesting some kind of connection to a wider series of intrigue over, Palpatine's true plans. And not to say they were more interested in the mountain itself. After all, you don't really just include a secret Imperial lab that or may be up to some, cloning shenanigans. But, it definitely has fans wondering, where we've seen this before. And like I said, we've seen it in the expanded universe, as I said before, on Mt Tantiss. It's going to play a big part, guys. It's going to play a big part going forward. And let's talk about where this was first introduced. And it was introduced in Timothy Zahn's novel, Heir to the Empire, where we saw Mt Tantiss was one of the many secret storehouses of technology, Sith artifacts, and general sinister tech kept by the Empire Palpatine. Across the galaxy are, a reserve of power and knowledge kept largely hidden from the rest of the Empire, obviously, as his final days, especially in, Return of the Jedi. Mt Tantiss was also the home to the crazed, remember, this is, again, expanded universe, cloned Dark Jedi, Jorus C'Baoth. He guarded that cloning facility. Remember, it was a flash clone technology used by Grand Admiral Thrawn as well to create staff for his fleets. We did get to see C'Baoth come towards Thrawn in turn, using Tantiss as his own base, creating the evil clone Luuke out of genetic data from the hand the young Jedi lost on Cloud City, which we actually got the comic series on that, which we've gotten recently, which is pretty awesome, which is the Exegol one with Vader that you guys should definitely check out. This one was really cool. I really loved that novel, used it out of the genetic data from the hand, obviously, on Cloud City as part of his own plan to reclaim the Emperor's legacy. And it all ended poorly from what we know of, Luke, in the former Emperor's hand, obviously, Mara Jade killed Jorus and Luke, the evil Luke, obviously, in a duel at the heart of Mt Tantiss and at the facility. It was destroyed in the final battle of the Thrawn campaign by the New Republic. We're obviously seeing, the shift of this Mt Tantiss before the events, obviously, of Return of the Jedi in Disney and Lucasfilm, revised in canon. So not everything is about the facility is going to remain obviously the same that we begin to explore more in the Bad Batch, but time will only tell if C'Baoth and Luke will make it over alongside the planet and Tantiss. But its appearance and in Star Wars, to see that's gonna be super sweet, which I cannot wait to see that. So if they do this and they use this, like I said, if they really use the expanded universe route, and we know Filoni, he loves his legends and expanded universe, if he could take those things and put them into canon and change it up, that'd be so sick. You know why? Because now if we end up adding these characters, that means we could possibly, guys, we could be getting it, as I've talked about it before, we can get a Mara Jade in live action. it makes sense. It makes sense. And maybe we'll get that. Who knows? Maybe we'll obviously get later on. Maybe we'll get it in The Mandalorian season 3 or maybe season 4. Because again, remember, Pedro Pascal signed on for another 3 years, which is, 5 seasons of The Mandalorian. So, hey, I'm all game for that. If we get to see these characters, I'll be happy. And we'll get to see possibly a young Thrawn in this one in the Bad Batch, obviously, season 2. I'm pretty excited with the route that they're going to go with this. This obviously all happens later on. But to see the beginning of Mt Tantiss, oh my gosh, guys, I'm super stoked for this one. You guys gotta comment down below and let me know what you thought about this one, because I was super excited to get this one out to you guys and thinking possibly this is gonna be the future of Star Wars. This is the route that they're gonna go, and I think they finally are listening to fans. And I think, again, I wasn't really a fan of the Bad Batch, but I think going forward, I think they definitely have a plan. And I think seeing Nala say, getting taken by the Empire and seeing that Imperial scientist, I think tells us a lot. So guys, comment down below and what you expect for the future of the Bad Batch and going forward, and what theories you guys have. So let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell, guys, and keep spreading the love of the Eternal Sith. Later, guys.